Hey everybody, it's Kyle Dine from Equal Eats. Welcome to our Equal Eats Equalizer series, and today I'm so happy to welcome Lisa Bolton. Hey Lisa.
Hi, Kyle. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Yeah, very good. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Obviously we work together with Equal Eats, but you do so much for the food allergy and free from community. And to start off, what is your personal connection to the free from community?
Oh, well, thank you very much. I think you're too kind, but my personal connection is that I have two children who are part of this community. I have a son who's nearly 14, who developed or was diagnosed with food allergies at 6 months, with anaphylaxis to dairy and egg, and also allergies to house dust mite. Then that kind of progressed. At the time, he always had very, very severe eczema, which once we got rid of the allergens out of his diet, then that healed. But then he went on to have viral wheeze, which developed into severe asthma. And that's triggered by a lot of airborne allergies. He has bad hay fever, also oral allergy syndrome to hazelnut and birch pollen. So he's on antihistamines all year round and nasal sprays to combat that. And then in November 2020, he was diagnosed with having EOE, which is very hard to say. It's eosinophilic esophagitis, which is related to allergies, but not always. But he now has to avoid soya. We found that's a trigger because he gets an inflamed esophagus and can have further health problems with that. And then also in November 2020, my daughter was diagnosed with celiac disease. So yeah, we have quite a big connection to the community.
I would say you're dealing with quite a few
Yeah.
things there. So when and what made you start advocating for the free from community?
I've been doing it for nearly 4 years now. We had to adapt all our recipes because I had to cook for my son, because you have to cook from scratch when you have these sort of allergies. So adapted everything, and people kept saying to me that you should share them because they might help somebody. And then my daughter got into Instagram and she said, why don't we do it on there? And at the time, I come down with Bell's palsy, so I was kind of bedridden for a couple of weeks. So we used to sit in the evenings and she taught me how to use Instagram. And we started off with recipes and just wanting to help anyone that was going through the same thing as us, and trying if we could support or help one person, because when we started out 13 years ago, there was nothing and there wasn't any social media and I didn't know anybody. So we just wanted to try and do a little something, and it's kind of blossomed from there, really.
It's turned into something.
Yeah.
Congratulations on the amazing community you've created. So if there's a lot of people in this space, what would you say is your unique offering to the free from community?
We started off, as I say, with the recipes and found our feet. And initially, I didn't really want to do anything personal because I'm quite shy and I didn't want to put my face on or my children. But it's grown from there. We've met so many amazing people, got so much support. So now I tend to share recipes still, review any products that we find that we like. But I'm very passionate about supporting businesses and organizations that are making a difference within the allergy community, because I want my children to have as a normal life as possible and being an inclusive life. So yeah, I'm very passionate about supporting other allergy people in the community.
That's wonderful. And I can say that you're definitely making such a huge impact in the community. So thanks for all that you do. So what advice would you give to someone that's just starting out in their free from journey? Maybe they were just diagnosed.
I think definitely to let you know that it does definitely get easier. It's so overwhelming to start with, and your whole life changes and you think you're not going to be able to cope, but it does get easier. There are challenges and curveballs that come along the way, but you will be able to deal with them, and you will be able to go out and live a life like you did before. You just have to get your confidence up, get used to what you're doing, and use the support that's out there. Get online, talk to some people, because everyone is so welcoming and so helpful. And secondly, I would say trust your gut feeling. If you know your child better than anybody, and if you feel that there's something wrong, there is. And sadly, not a lot has changed since in the last 13 years. It is still difficult to get a diagnosis, but there are people out there to support you and help you, and know that you are not being overprotective or fussy mum. If you think something's wrong, then it usually is.
Solid advice. I love it, especially that trust your gut element. And I think even as an individual with food allergy, it's the things that my parents taught me and ingrained in me that makes my gut now as an adult, and I still navigate with that internal sense of yes or no and risk assessment and vigilance. So
Yeah, absolutely. I think like going into restaurants, it's like initially we were quite embarrassed and we used to feel not embarrassed of allergies and we were making a fuss. But now if it doesn't feel right, as soon as I walk in, then I'm going to walk out again. I'm not going to stay there. I trust my gut. And if it's not right, isn't it? And you, like you say, you can apply it to so many different situations. And if you know, you know.
exactly. Solid advice. So where can people connect with you, learn more, and be part of your wonderful community?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm just on Instagram, so Allergy Unlimited. Yeah, we share posts a couple of times a week, but I'm always on, so I'm always happy. Message me. Lots of people have done. You know, I'm happy to give any advice, or obviously I'm not medical, but I'm happy to support you, or just be a listen. You know, an ear to listen to you and tell you that it's all going to be okay.
Wonderful. Allergy Unlimited, and I can say it's a wonderful resource just to get that support and validation of your feelings and challenges, and also the recipes too, which I look forward to trying out more. So thank you so much, Lisa, for joining us today, and congratulations on everything that you've done for the Food Free From community. It's appreciated.
Thank you very much, and you know, thank you for having me, and thank you for letting me work with you as well, because you know that's a whole other story. But I'm so happy to be doing that as well. So
we're just lucky to have you. We're so lucky to have you. Thanks, Lisa.
Thanks. Take care. Bye.